Hello YouTube, it's Borders Dude and I'm back with a discussion video. Fresh off my holidays, I seen a lot of KO Tat. So today I wanted to discuss, are Generation 1 KOs a good or a bad thing? Oh, the great KO debate. This is something we haven't discussed in the community within, say, 10 minutes. I don't even have a watch. Why do I think vintage Generation 1 KOs are a good thing? The reason I think they're a good thing is as a form of preservation. Now, with other hobbies such as movies, music, video games, we have digital ways of preserving them with various legalities tied to them. But with toys, action figures, whatever you want to call them, we generally don't have a digital way or means in general to preserve them. Generally speaking, once that production run is done, those molds are put in storage and forgot about, bar the odd reissue that may come out, and that goes for modern toys as well as the vintage. Sure, Hasbro has been reissuing Generation 1 figures lately, but they will never be able to reissue all of the figures that a lot of people want, and the reason for that is maybe due to the mold being lost or damaged, or licensing issues such as Sunstreaker, Wheeljack, Mirage, as well as other sort of underlying issues, cost being one of them. So these KO manufacturers putting those figures back out in the market with that original vintage Generation 1 style box, and also giving us later Generation 1 releases such as the Decepticon Headmasters, is fantastic. And for people who are maybe not die-hard collectors like us in the community, they see these figures, they might just want that pang of nostalgia, and they may keep that KO, and hey, that's another form of preservation. But what if you are a vintage Generation 1 collector? KOs are generally seen as a blight, and I can understand why, because people do try and pass them off as the real deal. But if we look at it another way, what if you have a pristine vintage, say Generation 1 Optimus Prime, that you have a hankering to transform, but because that figure's now almost 40 plus years old, you just don't want to touch it in case it breaks? Well, a KO has you covered, because if that breaks, well, that's a darn sight cheaper to replace than a pristine vintage G1 original. But for me, this KO, which is completely illegal, this KO market, you know, there's no getting away from that. The KO market is completely illegal. That's just how it is. But I think unwittingly they are doing us a good service in forms of toy preservation, reissuing these original Generation 1 figures that, let's face it, a lot of them we wouldn't see, and they definitely wouldn't look out of place in a toy museum or, you know, part of a museum that has that toy section. I think it would be a good thing for people to collect if you like Generation 1 figures and you just want some nice boxed examples. As long as you know they're KOs, you're not harming anyone. And again, it's that, and I keep harping on about this, a nice way to keep those memories and figures and designs preserved. So this is my umpteenth take of this video. I'm not doing any more. So the question is now over to you. What do you think about Generation 1 KOs? Do you think that the preservation angle is a good one, or do you just hate Generation 1 KOs because they can cause a lot of market confusion, or you just hate KOs in general? Let me know in the comment section below, or of course I would love to hear a video response from you. Thank you very much for watching this discussion video, and I will be back soon with another.